What's up everyone? Daniel Watros here and welcome to another episode of Cooking With, where I teach my guests how to cook their favorite passion food with a twist. With me on the show today is Jenelle Eggleston. Hey, what's up, Jenelle?
Hey, Daniel.
How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for being on my show.
No problem. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, me too. So, what are we cooking today?
We're cooking shrimp scampi, I think with linguine, right?
Yes.
Okay,
with linguine.
solid.
Not angel hair, but linguine.
All right.
Why shrimp scampi?
When I was younger, and even now when I go out to eat with my parents, if there's shrimp scampi on the menu, they order it. They're in love with that stuff. So It's always been like a constant family food, I feel like. And it's getting cold outside and it's winter. It's 70 degrees outside. I get chilly.
Anyways, so awesome. Let's get started. All right, so the first thing we need to do is peel the shrimp and get the marinade going. They all were already deveined. Okay. But if they weren't, you'd have a line of crap up top here.
Literal crap.
Yep. Yeah, so you want to pull it out like this, find the line, and cut open on one side, do a slit down the middle, and then pull out the crap on top. And that's how it's done. And it's just like the vein on the bottom here, but you don't need to cut that out. I will show you though how to peel these last few shrimp here. Okay. They've already been deveined, so it's really easy. You just pull on either side here, and then pull down.
Pull the legs off. Yeah,
the legs off. Make sure you get all of it off. And then to finish it, you just pull down under the little bit of skin. Okay. You don't want to tear any of that off. Yeah. And then pop it right off, and there you go. So I'll let you do one here.
Ooh, this is exciting. This guy's gonna be naked in a second. I'm exposing you, shrimp. Okay.
Nice.
Is there ever a time where you keep the shells on those little shrimpy dudes?
Yeah, sometimes if you're grilling them, especially, it keeps the flavor in and it keeps it from overcooking. So there's definitely times where it'd be useful to keep the shell on. Moving along to the marinade.
Yes.
We have the shrimp in the bowl. We got a pound or so in there. I have 2 cloves of garlic here that I minced really finely. We're gonna dump that in there. And to that, I'm gonna add a teaspoon of kosher salt. We're gonna also add a teaspoon of black pepper to the marinade. Just like that. We're gonna do a 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes.
Make it spicy.
And last but not least, a tablespoon of olive oil.
Can you use any other type of oil, or do you have to use olive oil?
You should probably use olive oil.
Okay.
It's gonna bind everything together the best.
Olive shrimp so much.
Nice.
Yep.
So we got the kosher salt, pepper flakes, and the garlic and oil, and that's it.
I used to not be a fan of shrimp or seafood at all. It wasn't until recently that I started really liking like seafood and trying it all more. I think it was the texture that got me when I was younger.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I'm a big fan now. I've joined the seafood club.
That's good to hear. I always love to hear convert stories.
Convert stories. I'm getting better with cheese too.
30 minutes to an hour, we're gonna have this marinade, and then we'll take it out and start cooking it. This is a trick I showed Johnny.
Rolling out the lemon?
Yeah, have you seen this before?
Yeah, okay. I remember being in like elementary school. My best friend's mom was like really, really good at cooking stuff, and she was making something with a bunch of lemons, and she just had us roll them all out. It was the greatest thing ever.
Nice. Okay, so the shrimp have been marinating for 30 minutes now.
Cool.
They actually haven't. I had a batch done earlier, so.
Lol.
We're gonna get that out. Voila. These have been marinating actually like over an hour, but they'll be fine. I'm turning the heat on here to medium, using the cast iron skillet for this.
These are so legit.
Yeah, they really get a good sear with whatever you do. And all the flavor that's embedded in these things is awesome. We got the pan heating up here. we need to now start this pot of water. Just do it on high and add some salt, like a tablespoon or so should do.
Decent to know.
Yeah. And we have this linguine here that we're gonna use. And this way, I'm sure you've had scampi with angel hair pasta before.
I think so.
And the reason why I don't like that as much is because it's so thin, and it just, you don't get that pasta flavor. This way, with the linguine, it's thicker, and you can really eat that up with the shrimp, and it becomes more of a cohesive dish. Have you had sun-dried tomatoes before?
I love sun-dried tomatoes.
So this is where there's a little bit of a twist. Usually in shrimp scampi, you don't have sun-dried tomatoes, but I thought it would add some nice flavor. And this is about 4 ounces of drained sun-dried tomatoes. We also have some thinly sliced garlic, actually I did 3 cloves of thinly sliced garlic, and then a shallot diced. Do you know what a shallot is?
Yes.
What would you define a shallot as?
I don't even know, dude.
So it's like a mixture of garlic and onion.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna add some oil to the pan here, about 2 tablespoons. I'll let that heat up. And I'm using a slotted spoon because when I transfer the shrimp, you wanna let all the juices and seasonings stay in the pan.
Okay.
That way it will build a base for the sauce. So Jenelle, do you have any distinct memories of shrimp scampi?
So not specifically, but there are always times at like Olive Garden and stuff, like
Olive
after
Garden.
those Sundays after
Yeah.
church where you go and you're just starving the whole morning. And you've already eaten the Olive Garden bread
Right.
and the salad and
Right.
stuff. Yeah, my mom would get shrimp scampi and I just like nibble pieces of noodle and shrimp off of her plate. She'd never mind it. So those were, a wholesome
Yeah.
general memory.
I think our pan is hot enough here where I can throw in the shrimp. It feels hot, right?
Yeah, it does.
You wanna do the honors?
Sure. Do I just dump them in?
Just dump them right in?
All right. They slide funky.
Nice, that's what you wanna hear.
Do I kind of want to spread them out?
Yeah, spread them out.
Okay. Spread these little buggers. I'm already overwhelmed.
Just shrimp. They're just chilling.
They're just chilling.
We're gonna let these sear on each side for a minute. A minute on each side. My first job when I was 16, I worked at a catering company back home, and we did weddings most of the time.
That's so nice.
So usually I would serve like the food and like help set up and break down and whatnot. But one time they wanted to do shrimp as an appetizer, but like ready to order shrimp. Like
Oh, like prepare it in front of you sort
yes,
of thing?
exactly. And they needed someone to do it, so I volunteered. So the whole night I was just
Flipping
shrimp.
Flipping shrimp.
Hundreds of shrimp, and it turned out really well. And that was one of my first public cooking experiences
That's so cool.
outside of the house.
Yeah.
So that was fun. Yeah, it's been another minute, so now I'm gonna go ahead and transfer them onto this plate for the time being. Smells good, right?
Yeah, it does. So why do you take them out before they're actually done cooking?
Well, I wanna finish cooking them with the sauce, and that
Okay.
will add more flavor. If I cook them all the way through ahead of time, and then I add them in the sauce, they're gonna overcook, and they're not gonna get that flavor. So this way, you do a little bit of both.
Solid.
We'll start the sauce. I have a shallot that's pretty finely diced, and 2 thinly sliced cloves of garlic. Actually, I think 3. We have juice from 1 lemon here that I'm gonna add. And we also have a 1/4 cup of Pinot Grigio. Doesn't have to be anything too fancy. Pour that in there with the juice. We want to cook the alcohol out, so it'll take about 2 minutes to do that. And while that is going, it looks like our water is ready to go here. So it's already salted, and I'm gonna add then the linguine to the pot. This pasta will cook for 9 minutes. Now it's been 2 minutes, so we're gonna add the roasted red peppers. Dump those in there, perfect. I think this is gonna add some really good rustic flavor to the whole dish that counteracts with the butter and garlic and everything else.
Cool.
1/4 cup, half stick of butter.
Oh yeah.
Just mix that all in there. So we'll cook this down for about 5 minutes until it's thickened up.
Okay.
And then it will be sauce-alicious. The sauce is about done now, but it has broken a little bit.
Okay.
So to thicken it back up, I'm gonna add some water.
What does broken sauce mean?
Well, you can see like it should be more translucent
Oh, okay.
and thicker,
Uh-huh.
and that isn't the case right now. You don't want to overdo it, but just enough to thicken it back up.
Alrighty.
Adding these tomatoes in here too thickens it,
Cool.
which is nice. Adds another texture too. Oh, it's hot. Just right. Whew. Hot. Perfect. Thank you, Jenelle. As we let that cool, we will add the shrimp back in for a couple more minutes, maybe even just a minute
Okay.
to finish it off. You know when it's done? When it's nice and white in the middle here, in the thickest part. So it's almost there. Jenelle, do you have any memories of cooking with your family, or what is your experience with cooking in general?
Yeah, so my mom mostly did the cooking at home. We'd like every night, like for the main like formative years of my life, we had dinner as a family at like 5 o'clock, 5:30 when my dad got home from work, sort of thing.
Yeah.
My mom would make mostly Mexican food, like enchiladas. I begged her for years to make tamales roasted, but she never did. Yeah, mostly because they're just too much work, and my grandma and like family would make them.
So she never made tamales.
I think I remember once, like,
She caved in.
yeah, she caved in and we made them, but they're so much work. But yeah, my mom would help us, like, or teach us in the kitchen, with foods like simple foods like eggs and pancakes and stuff. But she'd do most of the really complicated cooking like this.
So I took the shrimp off from the heat. They're done cooking. Sauce is done too. And now we're gonna add the pasta, and we'll have shrimp scampi.
Yeah, I'm so
With a
excited
twist.
to eat it.
Let's plate it up. And finishing touch, parsley. A couple more wouldn't hurt. Voila. All right, Jenelle, so we got our finished product here.
Yes.
What did you think of the whole process?
Yeah, it was super quick, and I mean, it didn't take too long. But I definitely think I could do this on my own. It doesn't
Good.
seem like anything far above my head.
That's what I love to hear. Are you ready to dig in?
I'm so ready.
All right, cheers.
Cheers. Bam. Ooh. It tastes like a little bit different than
What you get at a
others.
restaurant?
Yeah, what you get at a restaurant, but it's a better different. I love sun-dried tomatoes, but I don't think I've had them with pasta like this, especially not with shrimp. But it's they go so well. You can't go wrong with seafood.
Nope. All right, we're done eating.
Yep,
What are your final thoughts?
it was so good.
So good.
Polished it clean.
Janelle, thanks so much for being on.
Thanks
really
for
appreciate
having
it.
me. Yeah.
That was a great dish to make. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you on the next episode. All right, that's good.